I feel like I've been doing the intro. You can do the intro this time. I've been doing it the past few episodes.
I like when you do it.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Young Millennials Podcast. I'm Lex here with my co-host, Billy Bitch.
Billy Lex.
And we're going to pick up from where we left off 2 episodes ago, right? Not
More or
last
less.
episode. A collaborative of the episodes previous before this last one.
I feel like a lot of my reflection recently on mental health has been happening through watching back the podcast and thinking of all that stuff. So I feel like it just ties in a lot to the episodes for me personally.
Okay, so this is going to be like a mental health update, discussion, open floor conversation. Billy had brought to my attention that he wanted to do this, so don't forget, this is Billy's therapy. We're doing it for him, so what Billy wants, Billy gets, and he needs a mental health episode.
I really do, but
we're here for it.
You did make this an episode, but
I did. I made the topics, but Billy was like, let's do this one. I said, okay, that's fine. And honestly, I'm in a good headspace, so
Lex has been the big brains behind a lot of the topics, which is
I try.
It's
a real collaborative effort. Like, I've really never had a project where I work so equally with someone else. I mean, I haven't really done many group projects besides like back in college and stuff when one person was doing all the weight and the other ones were just like, yeah, keep my name on the project. Like, no, I can definitely say this podcast is a group effort of me and you.
Were you the one that was usually stuck like doing the most work or no?
Not really. I mean, I always pitched in. There was always that like one nerdy girl that was like, I'm going to do this. And like, she delegates. I'm like, listen, girl, whatever you want me to do, like, I'll do it, you know? But I was never like the leader of the pack, but I was never the slacker either. I was always middle of the road in school. I never tried harder than I needed to. I always put in effort, but not too much. Work smarter, not harder. That was always my motto in school, and it got me through. And here we are. We're doing all right.
Or just play dumb like me.
Billy's like the hot gay kid in class is like, I just like don't know what's going on. Can you just
I be the class stylist?
Billy wants to style everyone.
That was a School of Rock.
School of Rock.
Oh,
You're tacky and I hate you.
And you
Come
know,
on now.
And his name is Billy.
It is Billy. I love that movie. I actually really love School of Rock.
I love that movie too. And another fun fact, I'm pretty sure he's from Staten Island.
Well, the whole movie was filmed in Staten Island.
Oh, yeah. Duh.
Like Wagner College, St. George Theater, where they had their rock show. We need to like make a list of all-time great movie songs. Like that song they sing at the end, one of the best. The one from Freaky Friday Ultimate.
Why can't I think of how it goes?
They're doing the contest at the end, and it's like school la la la. If you wanna be the teacher's pet, yeah, they're like rocking out. Come on, Jack Black's an icon. Apparently, the people of the internet or like the paparazzi, whoever it was, they pissed off Jack Black so much where he like is going into hiding. And how dare you?
In current days, you're saying, right?
Yes. Yeah, like currently, Jack Black is gone. Everyone pissed him off. And he was like one of the good ones. We lost him. He's like, peace the fuck out, y'all. I'm done. Cancel culture. Running wild.
So.
Don't cancel us.
I guess, do you want to talk about how your week was? Or I have a little weird story from last night. But I just don't like.
Okay. Tell the story. You can't just say that and like not tell the story. I have nothing to fill you on. Everyone knows Grandma died last week. We're bouncing back. We're doing okay. It was her funeral. I did my eulogy. It was great. I have requests now to do eulogies at people's funerals in the future.
Oh my god, yeah. We didn't
but
even
honestly,
talk about
as shitty as it is to say, like I feel like now that it's the funeral's done, like I can kind of close that chapter and like I feel so much better. The weight is not as heavy. Yeah, absolutely. So I'm okay. Let's focus on you. Let's hear your weird story.
So last night, Nellie and I were just laying on the couch, and we have like I could see like my pool from the sliding glass door from where I'm sitting on the couch, and like I kind of saw like a little like figure, And I just
Okay.
didn't think much of it. Like I don't like could have been like a bird flying, like whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then Nellie like starts barking, and I'm like, what? And then Danielle comes out of her room. So I was like, can you just look like right outside? Is something there?
Mm-hmm.
Because I feel like I saw something. And she was like, no. And I see her kind of like looking more like outwards. I'm like,
Like the wrong
I'm
way.
talking like
Yeah.
right, like look right here. She's like, oh my God, there's raccoons in the pool.
Stop. Were they like swimming around?
Okay, actually, one of them was. So we jump up, and I'm having a full blown panic attack
I didn't know
because
they had raccoons in Florida.
I
Not
was
for nothing.
I was gonna start it with like it's giving Staten Island, not Florida.
Oh, trash pandas.
But yeah, so one was swimming in the pool, and me and Danielle were thinking that it was drowning because the two other ones were like, it was almost like they were hazing him. Like
Oh
it was
no.
like a
He was getting
weird,
bullied?
yeah, literally. Like it was the way they interact, I feel like is unlike any other like animal. Like it's almost weird. Like they're like literally
Raccoons are a
like
little
the
strange.
burglars, like you know how
Mm-hmm.
you know that's what it was giving. So I go out because I actually think that the one is drowning, but it's just living its best life.
It's just
Because
taking
as I
laps in
got
Billy's pool.
closer, as I got closer, the two like started to run like not very quickly. Like they like waited. Like they were,
Raccoons don't fear anything.
yeah, they were a little
I've had a
too
few
brave.
raccoons square up with me. Like,
Oh,
I've had a raccoon stand on its back legs and like puff its chest out at me, like, you want some of this? And I'm like, no,
and
no,
they are
no.
big.
They're huge. Some of them are huge.
Yeah.
We had a raccoon problem over here for a little bit. So I
Uh,
know all too well about the raccoons.
um, yeah,
So
but the one
did
that
he
I
get
thought
out and
was
swim
drowning,
away?
like as I like went over by the pool, like it just like got out slowly, and then they scurried, ran to the neighbors, and jumped in their pool.
Oh my God. They're just pool hopping.
They're like like giving frat boys, like it was so just weird energy from them. I don't know how to explain it.
Love that.
But in my 7 almost 8 years maybe here, I may have seen like in the front of the house or like something, like I don't
Uh-huh.
know. I feel like maybe more possum vibe than a raccoon, but that was the first time. But it's actually low-key horrifying at the same time because Nellie and Dublin can walk out at any time, specifically Nellie.
Absolutely.
So
They're going to scrap
Nellie
with
like
these
just goes
raccoons.
outside and like lounges. Like what if they were there? Oh my God.
I would think
So
that Nelly would be bark, 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 scare them away.
I don't know if they would be scared. I said to Danielle, I think they would think that she's a raccoon.
They might. They might.
Because she literally
might.
has like the colors.
She looks like a little baby raccoon.
But yeah, that was the big event of yesterday night
Billy's
for
big
me.
event. Raccoon swimming in his pool.
Yeah.
What a life. What a life.
Yeah, at 10 o'clock tonight, I'll be outside making sure like this doesn't become a habit.
Oh, yeah. No.
Because I'm
I
a little
feel like
freaked
once
out.
they go somewhere, they kind of like make a home base. They're going to plant themselves.
I
They're gonna
know,
come
like
back.
I almost wish like I let Dublin out like after I knew like they were kind of running to like make sure like don't come back here again.
Yeah. And don't come back.
But when I let them out, the dogs after like I knew they were in the other pool, which my neighbors weren't home, so we couldn't even say anything to them. Nellie and Dublin were like running around sniffing like they freaking knew who was in my house, my backyard.
Love that.
Yeah, so that was my exciting event that I thought I'd
Billy's
share.
raccoon story, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
Okay. You ready to rock?
But yeah, as for mental health, we can kind of get into that.
Mental health. So I know you struggle more with this than I do. This is something that I've been working on improving. I used to have it pretty bad. Like I used to really be like a depressy girl. And then I found therapy and we're all good now. Coping mechanisms. It's life's gift. Learn how to handle your shit and you're golden. Really. Really, that's what it comes down to. So I'm gonna open the floor to you and give you some time to discuss why we're here and why we're having this conversation.
Yes. this year I've actually had a kind of good mental health journey compared to like the past few years. I was going through a lot of like deep rooted insecurity, feeling bad about myself vibes, mainly because of men,
Oh,
which is not okay.
gay men are brutal. I am
I
so happy I'm not a gay man. Not for nothing, no offense, but like they're vicious. They're
Yeah.
cutthroat. And like lesbians can be rough too, but I don't know. Gay men are in their own breed of like catty, bad
Totally. And then,
savages, if you will.
like, I guess about a year ago now, I finally started doing my reactions, and I felt like I found like my niche on YouTube, and felt like good about that. Like, I started a Patreon, people like were joining it, and I just felt like I was getting like back on track. I was in like a good physical shape ish. Like
12,
I was
330,
doing my
baby.
12-3-30 days, like things were looking bright. And then I just got so busy with the reactions, like doing like 12-hour edit days. I used to
You let it
do,
consume you.
yeah,
You really threw yourself into it.
yeah, especially in the beginning when I was reacting to 2 episodes at a time and posting them like that. Like it was like double like the work for everything. And that is what I went full tunnel vision into that. And I stopped working out. I stopped doing like everything
Yeah, everything
besides
else.
like focusing on the editing
Reactions.
and the reactions. And I just felt like it's starting slowly to get to me. I'm the heaviest I've ever been. And I feel like a lot of that is due to that. And then also my little friend marijuana Mary.
Oh, we meet again.
My update with this is, so I obviously ended up smoking that weekend.
Yes, where we left off, our friends were coming to visit Billy down in Florida, and he was like, "I'm gonna try not to smoke." And
Well,
I
they weren't
said,
visiting
"Sure,
me.
Jan." What?
It was the 30th birthday, not me, not visiting me.
Well, no, they were just coming down there, but you were also gonna see them. Yeah.
Yes, yes, yes. And like I was full on planning to not. And then
You
like
can't not smoke with a group of stoners. Shout
you
out to our crew. They're the biggest stoners I know. You have to smoke when you're with them. It's like illegal. It's the stoner
it
code.
definitely like I even said it like at the time. I was just like, if there's ever a time, it's now. And
You
like
find
I
every excuse
wasn't
why to.
going to buy another eighth, like that would like I'm just gonna do it today or whatever. And then lovely Miss Ray left me the rest of his stuff, which was like over an eighth, I think.
Yeah, I'm sure he bought a ton with
So
him or bought a
I
ton.
literally spent the last week like continuing to smoke. I've been smoking every day, and it's been crazy for my mind. You know Girls Gone Bible,
Yes.
the podcast?
Yes.
They actually just came out with an addiction episode, and I was going to send it to you. I will send it to you. I just
Oh
didn't
yeah,
like finish
definitely.
watching it even. I think I have to consume myself with like people talking about like addiction and stuff because it makes it like connect so much more, and like you it just like puts you in such a different mindset. I guess I'm just saying this because when we were talking about the sober journey one episode, I was such in a different mindset even then. It was just 2 weeks ago, where
Yeah.
now I'm like strapped in, ready to stop. I feel like I'm ready to stop this time more than ever. Even if it's like, okay, I'll end up smoking next week, which I don't think I am, but it is interesting that I feel like each time I do this, I'm getting closer and
Closer
closer
and closer. Yep.
because it just consumes my life. Like, other
Absolutely.
than like doing everything that I'm doing, like, I could tell that I'm feeling less and less prepared for even some of these episodes. Like, feel like I could be more present in it.
Yeah.
I feel like it leads my brain to wander,
Absolutely.
and it's just the constant circle of the same thing, and I've been working on stopping for 2 years now.
Mm-hmm.
And I really feel like I'm very close to being there.
Tomorrow's August 1st. Turn the page.
Ooh,
Fresh start.
I
You know
love
what's
that.
crazy? I am just about 60 days with no weed. It goes by so fast.
Oh
I
my
can't
God,
I can't even
haven't
imagine. There was never a world where I thought I would stop smoking for this long.
Honestly, it was so, not that it was random of you to stop, but like I was really not getting that vibe that you were stopping. So then you did
I'm
it,
a
and then you
psychopath.
surpassed
Like once I get
me.
something in my head, I'm like, that's it, done. But I also, like I said, I had a really bad high. So I was like turned off. Like it made me nauseous thinking about smoking weed. But I will say this past week after grandma passed, I was like, oh, I want a joint. I think I want to smoke. But then I was like, it's not going to do me any good. I'm just going to be sad and high. And it's tough, I think, when you don't have the support group around you. Because in that moment where I felt that temptation, I wanted to reach out to a friend, and I thought about reaching out to you. I thought about a few other friends, and I wanted to just say, hey, I'm struggling right now. I really want to smoke, like, help. And I felt like everyone that I reached out to would have said, oh, it's fine, just smoke. And that's not what I want to hear. I don't want to hear that. You know?
I don't think I would have said that.
I thought that you would have been like, just do what feels right. But like, I need people around me who treat it like it's an addiction, where it's like, if you smoke, you're falling off the wagon. Like, you know, that's how I want people to look at it for me. So I felt like I didn't have anyone, and it honestly really made me sad. But I was like, you know what? This is where you're your own cheerleader. Why would you want to do this right now? It's not going to do you any good. And I like talk myself off the ledge. And, you know, someone like you, it's hard when you don't have that support around you to encourage you to stop. Because I'm sure everyone in your circle is like, nah, it's just weed. You're fine. Come on. You know, it's not a big deal to everyone.
They don't really get it.
Not many people get it.
And I will come to a place where I can hang out with them and not smoke. I believe that in myself that I will be able to do that.
And I just want to say, no shade to anyone who smokes or drinks. Like, I don't pass judgment on anyone who does that. I just know for me personally, I can't do that anymore. And
Yeah,
if you
really
want to do that,
is.
that's
Other
on you.
people can handle it. Some people can't.
Yes, I just feel like now, especially that I'm almost 2 months in, I feel like I just operate better as a human being with no weed. I really do. I really do. My health has been great. My brain feels less foggy. I'm not eating junk food at 10:30 at night because I'm stoned anymore. You know?
Oh
and
my God.
it's the little things that compile and compound, and you don't realize in the moment. You're like, oh, let me just have 6 mini Snickers bars. It's fine. But when you're having them every night after you smoke, and it's 11:30 at night, and then you're going to bed and you just ate all this candy and junk, it adds up. So that's kind of where I hit my breaking point. And I know you've been struggling with this for so long, and you know I'm always your supporter, whether you're smoking or you're not smoking. But I really challenge you to, like I said, tomorrow's August 1st. Like, it gets to a point, you look in the mirror, you say, enough is enough. Like, I'm changing my life and I'm doing it now. You don't have to be overweight anymore. You don't have to feel like shit anymore. You don't have to. And you could change your life at any given moment. And that's so amazing and so crazy to me that more people just don't radically change their life overnight. And listen, it's hard. It's not going to be easy. The first week fucking sucks. The withdrawals, you're like, oh, my head, I just need to take a little weed
I mentioned
hit.
like there's like the stages.
Absolutely. It's like the stages of grief, like acceptance and things like that. There's definitely stages of letting go of weed, but it comes down to discipline, and you owe it to yourself more. I think, oh, my freaking light is dying.
It's okay.
We're going dark. We're getting dark. Oh, this is terrible. Sorry, everyone. We're getting dark. It's fine.
Nothing new here.
No. But yeah, you have the power to change your life at any given moment. And like I said, we're 30 now. Like, pick up your fucking pants and be like, Billy, let's go. What are we doing? Think about how much more further in life and more successful you would be in your endeavors if you didn't have anything to like cope with and lean on. Like, oh, like all the times that you wasted, even just like smoking, sitting out there 20 minutes, you're smoking, you're chilling, like the productivity you could have had with that time, that all adds up. And that's how I look at shit now.
That's really what freaking gets me. I just want to know how much more I can do, and I'm never going to find out if it's consumed with weed.
Exactly.
Because it's what I do
rather
when I'm bored and fills the boredom, and then you just sit there bored. And it actually doesn't fill the boredom.
It doesn't do anything for you. It just amplifies the feeling you already have.
And for me, it makes my thoughts nonstop. Like, I'm actually to the point where it's like fucking annoying me so much. Like, I just want to like shut off. And what's also scary for myself is you said that your last high was like a bad high, and that's kind of what helped you. With me, I am having bad highs after bad highs, and I'm continuing to go and smoke.
Pop quiz. What's the definition of insanity, Billy?
It's
doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. And you lie to yourself. You're not being harsh enough with yourself. I think that's what it comes down to. And I'm sorry that I'm being a little tough on you right now.
No.
But you have to treat it as such.
Yeah.
You make excuses after excuses. And you think every time is going to be different. And then you're like, Lex, I'm spiraling. And I'm like, what else is new? We know this.
I'm definitely going to be texting you then if I spiral next. I'm going to definitely turn to, again, like content speaking about addiction, or like even specifically like a weed journey, because it really helps clear and focus your mind. And you do feel so alone in these thoughts, and
absolutely
you're not.
It doesn't. The only time smoking weed is enjoyable is when you're with a group of friends and you're chilling and you're doing something fun in a social setting. I'm not opposed to smoking socially again. But when I'm alone in my dark little apartment with my thoughts and it's 10:30 at night and I'm sad and I take a few hits, that's never going to end well. Never. You know?
Yeah, I think where I'm at is I probably have to like dead ass stop, but I really want to get to a point where like I'm so separate from it, where I feel like then maybe I could introduce it in like social settings.
You can't even think like that though right now.
No,
you have to think of it like I'm cutting this off.
No, I was gonna say
pulling the plug.
The months ahead, I'm not going to smoke.
I just suggest the next time you think about smoking, really sit there and ask yourself, why am I doing this right now? Really, like, be real with yourself. I know that you don't like to dig up those emotions and you stuff a lot of it down. We talked about that. But in order to grow in life and improve and be a better person, you have to ask yourself the hard questions. And that's what I learned in therapy. So a lot of the times I would go to smoke and I'd be like, why am I doing this? And it's like, I feel sad right now. I'm bored right now. And when you verbalize it, when you actually put it into a tangible thing, you're like, okay, I'm bored. What can I do instead of smoking because I'm bored? You know what I mean? You have to call it what it is. You have to call it what it is.
I'm like scared because I thought I was going to be finished with what I had yesterday. And I basically freaking am like, I'm literally like a fiend. And
you don't need to finish it. You don't need to. You can just be done. You can just be done. Change your life. Stop this. Get on the treadmill. Walk your little ass on the treadmill. Start doing your healthy diet again. Fill the void with other things.
And I know it's like that is going to lead to happiness.
Absolutely.
Gonna be in such a better mind state. I really
And then you're gonna get mad at yourself for not doing it sooner. We're not getting younger. Today is the youngest you will ever be again in your life.
Yep.
Sit on that.
Every time I stop and then start, it gets so much harder to stop.
Absolutely. And like I said, you're always going to find an excuse. Always. You have to start sticking up for yourself. Discipline is what you owe to yourself. It's self-respect. By you constantly going back to this and taking the easy way out, it's you not respecting yourself. And we don't like that.
Yeah. And I know the route, so I just have to do it.
And honestly, you gotta dig it up. I know you don't like actually writing, but a big part of my mental health journey has been writing. Writing in a journal and just pen to paper, getting those thoughts out of your brain. And once you kind of take it out of your brain, and I talk to myself all the time, because something else I've learned through therapy, sometimes I'll go to therapy. She'll be like, how's it going? And I just start blurting out my life and my problems. And then I'm like, oh, wait a second. Now that I've said it, never mind. It really helps. It really helps when you speak it out into existence and you put it out there for your own ears to hear back. Absolutely. And when you're writing it and you read it back and you're like, this is actually kind of crazy, you know? So a big part of that is writing it down. Write down while you feel like you need to smoke and see that. And it's going to hit your brain different. You can't bottle it up. You can't internalize things. You have to put it out there.
Amen, sister.
Amen. Take me to church, honey. If I ever had a church, it would be like Sister Act. Can I be Whoopi?
Absolutely.
What the hell? One of my friends is wasted right now, and I told her I'd meet her at the Marina Cafe, and I don't think I want to do that anymore. That was before. that was me an hour ago. We're different people now.
That was then.
Yeah.
But yeah, so my mental health this year has been a bit of a roller coaster, but for the most part, it has been good, and getting rid of the weed, it will only make things better, never worse.
Absolutely.
You know?
Absolutely. And like I said, when you find yourself struggling, you have to ask yourself, why do I feel this way? You have to verbalize your feelings and really try to find the words to put to your feelings. And it really makes things more real. And you got to be harsh with yourself, you know? Like, I'm an advocate for like being kind to yourself, like talking kindly to yourself and things like that. But with certain situations, you got to be a little mean to yourself. You got to be like the tough love best friend, you know, be like, get your shit together. What are we doing here?
Talk to yourself how you would talk to a friend.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. And I legitimately look at myself in the mirror and I have hard talks with myself. And it's helped me so much over the years because you get to that point and it's like, oh man, what am I doing here? And you have the power to change your life at any moment. It's so crazy. Like, that's one of the craziest things is like free will to me. I always think whenever I'm driving on I-95, the highway in Jersey, the interstate, it goes all the way to Florida. And I'm like, you know what? I could just keep driving to Florida and never come back. No one's stopping me. I can do that. I don't, you know, but that's the power of free will that we have. It's so amazing. I could pick up and move to Alaska tomorrow. Nothing is stopping me. So nothing is stopping you from radically changing your life overnight. You have to just want it. You have to just want it.
You only got you.
And like I said, you got to keep a good circle. You have to keep people around you who are supportive in your decisions. It got to a point for me with my family and friends, like my really, really close friends. When I first stopped drinking, I like kind of had to have a talk with everyone. Be like, listen, guys, like I'm done with this. I want you to respect that. And I don't want you to push it. And everyone kind of was like, oh shit, she's being serious. Because also it's like, you know, when you have that one friend who always breaks up with their boyfriend or girlfriend and they're like, no, I'm done. And they keep getting back together. And like every time they're like, no, I'm done. You're like, yeah, okay. You know, that's how this is with addiction. You know, it's like, oh, I'm done drinking. I'm done smoking. It's like, yeah, sure. Yep. Until one day you really are done. And no one's going to believe you, but you have to believe yourself.
Absolutely. You gotta also just like feel the feels, and
the only way through it is through it.
Stay on track.
The weed is never going to make you feel better. It doesn't help with anything. The one thing I miss is like eating high.
I'm over that.
Are you?
Yeah, no, I will not miss that because I have not stopped eating in a month.
Yeah.
Like, I'm so sick of it.
Once I feel like you change your relationship with weed and just substances in general, you kind of change your relationship with everything else that you recognize you have an unhealthy relationship with. Food was another one for me because, like you, I had the munchies, I was eating all the garbage, you know? Whereas now I kind of just look at food as more of like a source of energy and, you know, it's nutrition for me. I don't eat to feel good. I don't eat because I'm bored. I eat because my body needs to eat. And you just start changing your relationship with everything around you that you realize was like pretty unhealthy. And it's a domino effect. Because once you start to see the result of changing one part of your life, you're like, oh, well, what if I change this too? And what if I do that? And then that, and then that. And it's the snowball effect. And then watch out. You're unstoppable.
I really can't believe you're no weed or alcohol.
60 days no weed almost. Over almost 2 years no alcohol. And once you're past it, you don't want to turn back.
I downloaded a counter, like to like how many days or whatever.
And it feels good to check. Like you're like, wow, I did that.
I purposely
did it. You feel really shitty when you have to reset the timer.
Yeah, exactly. That's actually really gonna help me, which is kind of silly, but like if I see it says 10 days even, like stop.
Yep.
And I keep trying to remind myself on like the weeks that I wasn't smoking, like I was literally not thinking of weed at all. And then like I have these intense moments randomly and then I just do it. Next time I will catch myself. I'm putting it out there. I will. I'm lucky actually because I'm the only one that smokes in the house. So like it's really like I have to like
that's true. I was actually just
there.
thinking that like your sister, like she can't smoke, you know,
she
so
can't. Yeah.
She's a good person to hang out with.
I can do this. I really can. It's just I couldn't do it starting that weekend.
Yes. No one's coming to visit. You're good. Like I said, August 1st tomorrow. Fresh start. There's no reason.
I love that.
You owe it to yourself.
Yep, that's me.
Oh, good old Lizzie.
Yes.
Lizzie.
If you believe you got a picture perfect plan.
Can I tell you a secret? I never watched Lizzie McGuire.
But you knew what I was singing.
No.
You don't. Oh, that's the theme song.
Oh, no idea. I've seen the Lizzie McGuire movie.
Closer each and every day.
Say, hey now, this is
you
what
never watched the show?
I wasn't a Disney Channel girl. Nickelodeon till I die.
Oh no, I wasn't Nick. I was
strictly Disney. Nickelodeon. Disney Channel was gay. I was watching Rocket Power. Yeah, no Lizzie McGuire for me.
So
Billy's gonna change his life tomorrow, everyone.
I know, it's kind of
I'm putting you on record. I'm gonna put you on blast. I'm gonna start publicly shaming you.
Please do.
I'm gonna humiliate you. We need to bring back public humiliation. If Billy falls off the sober wagon, I'm gonna put him on blast.
My new addiction.
Stop. You can't, and that's another thing. You can't fill the void with another addiction. And you mentioned earlier about the time that you kind of really threw yourself into making your reaction videos. Like, workaholism is an addiction. People who throw themselves into their job and their work and become addicted and obsessed with it, that's an addiction. People just think addiction is strictly substances, but there's a lot of things you can be addicted to.
Definitely have an addiction probably to that.
You know, like, and you know what it is? I think also you saw the success with it and how good you were doing, and you were like, oh, more. It's that dopamine hit. Like, the video's doing good, my Patreon's doing good, everything's doing good. But our brains now with social media are so addicted to those dopamine hits. And I'm almost like at a point where I kind of just I want a flip phone. I don't want an iPhone anymore. It's too much. And I've been like getting mad at myself because I've been ignoring my screen times and I've been spending more time on TikTok. And then I kind of take a step back after and I'm like, I don't remember any of the TikToks I just watched for the past hour. So what was that for? It's the instant feeling. And when you want to better yourself, you have to put off the instant gratification for the long gratification. It's always going to feel good in the moment.
I've been on my phone a lot too.
Oh, it's the worst. It's so shit. I hate my phone. I really bring back the Nokia. Bring back. I'll play Snake. That's what I'll do. And Tetris. I can't. It's too much. And it's like, what am I gaining from this? Nothing. I need to get back onto, not that my mental health has been bad, but I've kind of not been like sticking with my healthy habits that I have for myself, like reading every day and journaling. The journaling I'm always pretty good with. But like reading books, like I have all these stacks of books behind me and I need to start reading them. You know what my problem is? I'll start and then like I kind of just like, okay, let's shelf that one and go to the next book. Reading is tough for me and I've been working on it, but since I want to get better at reading, I want to keep reading and you have to keep doing something to get better at it. So I need to stop the phone and pick up a damn book.
I'm writing a damn book, so I'd have to also pick up a book because...
You would have been done by now if you didn't have weed. You would have been done.
I'm going to call myself out, though. Like, the weeks that I was doing good, I wasn't writing, and I didn't do 12/3/30. So I have to really keep that in mind. But I actually did start writing this week a bit, like doing my outline for real, which feels like in preparation to my clear mind future. And like I'm so excited about it.
You're like, wow, this is what my brain's supposed to feel like. It's actually amazing.
I'm excited. I need to, like, I'm sick of talking about this also. So like
be about it, bitch.
Yeah. Word.
And like your birthday's the end of the year. Like, don't you want to go into 31 looking sexy and like successful?
Yeah.
And another thing, I'm gonna hit you with this one. This is something that I've kind of been telling myself too. Okay. Think about your ideal dream man. Think about his features. Think about what he does for a living, what he does for his hobbies. Think about that ideal person. And this is for everyone out there. Visualize your dream person. Now, would that person date you right now? Probably not.
No. That's another fucking, I'm not going to go down that hill, but going on like dating apps, like, and like just feeling like not good enough is not the vibe either.
No.
Like,
you got to get yourself right before you can date anyone. You have to. And that's what I've been doing, like telling myself, like, listen, my dream girl, whoever she is out there, like, she's got to be fit. She's got to be this. She's got to be that. She's got to have all these things. And it's like, well, would that girl date me right now? I don't think so. A gym girl is not going to date a non-gym girl.
You're ready.
I mean, like, listen, I'm still a catch, but that's what I work towards. I work towards being the best version of myself in order to attract the best person for me. Like, do you want to date a loser who fucking smokes weed and has the munchies all day? No. You want to date someone that probably goes to the gym and he's fit and he goes to work and he cares about his family. Like, you need to become that.
That makes you do those things too.
But you also can't rely on someone else to force you to do it.
No. Two halves shouldn't make a whole. Two holes should... Wait. There's a saying somewhere.
That's my other half. Like, you should both be whole on your own.
You should both be fucking whole.
2 holes. Yeah.
2 holes.
2 holes. Pause. But no, I get what you're saying. Like, the person you're with, your partner should not complete you. You should be complete on your own, and they should be complete on their own. And that's the foundation of a healthy relationship, because when you start to rely on your partner, oh, they're going to make me go to the gym. They're going to make me do that. No, sweetie, they're not. I hate to break it to you. They're not, because they're going to be shaking their little ass on the way to the gym. And you're like, okay, see you later. I'll be here when you get back. Become your dream man, and you will attract that. You have to.
Need to be
That's how I look at it.
In 2020.
2020 was my worst year. I was chunky in 2020.
That was my hot year.
You have to become your ideal person. And you do it for yourself because you deserve it. We're going to keep hammering that. You deserve it. You deserve it. You deserve it. You do. I know it's like delulu, woohoo, like, you know, crazy talk, but
I love being delusional.
works. It works.
Just, I'm disappointed in myself. So
that's what it has to come to. You have to hit that point where you're like, damn, I feel like shit about myself. I'm so mad at myself. You have to get to the point of like almost disgust.
Pretty much.
Think about how sexy you could be. Imagine how hot you'd be with a six pack. Hello. Maybe not like six pack, but like just toned flat belly.
I mean, I would really love to do a body transformation video, but that's another thing.
You can. Billy, you live in Florida. It's always nice out.
I know. I have like no excuse to not work out.
You really don't. And like, I love you, so that's why I'm telling you this.
No, the food thing that's rough with my parents. They don't understand.
That's true.
They don't understand. But I mean, I have no reason not to work out. I mean, no one really does.
But honestly, once I started eating healthier, it was kind of like a ripple effect in my family, you know, because I started to educate them why I was eating this way and, you know, why it's important to not eat this and that. And a lot of it just comes from lack of knowledge and awareness. So once I started telling my family, like, hey guys, like, this is why I'm eating this way, it started to kind of reflect on them. And I had to tell my mom, I'll never forget, this was years ago. I was on one of my healthy journeys and I was like, oh, I'm eating healthy tonight. And my mom goes, oh, I'm making tortellini. That's healthy. I'm like, in what fucking world is tortellini healthy? She goes, well, I'm making it. I said, just because you're making it doesn't mean it's healthy because it's a home cooked meal. My mom thinks that anything is home cooked, like it's healthy. It's like, no, you're still making pasta with garlic and oil with like 6 pounds of olive oil. And, you know, like, it's not healthy. It's not healthy. So it just comes from like lack of awareness and knowledge and education. And once I started to take care of myself and my health, and I'm the healthiest one in my house right now. And I believe that. Educate everyone else.
I'll be that bitch soon.
I'm going to get you that food scale. I'm literally going to go on TikTok shop right now. I'm going to give it to you and send it to you. I'm going to have it sent to your house. I'm going to.
You don't have to.
No, I'm going to.
Okay.
It's going to help you so much. It's like a game almost.
Yeah, no, I've been meaning to buy that. I need it.
I'm getting it for you. So. Say less.
Okay.
Say less. It's done. My gift to you to get your shit together, Billy. We need to be unstoppable together.
I will.
Imagine the power couple we could be.
It would be really cool that we're talking about this and we could reflect.
We're all here to hold you accountable.
Yeah.
Me, all of our 12 listeners. Everyone's here to hold you accountable. Listeners. Everyone wants to see Billy thrive.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's a journey. What does Miley Cyrus say? Life's a climb. But the view is great. The journey of 1,000 steps begins with a single step.
Baby steps all day.
Absolutely. And it really adds up. It really does. I have faith in you. But you have to have faith in yourself. You have to believe in yourself.
And I do. I'm just scared.
And that's okay. It's okay to be scared. But also think about how much better you're going to be. Like that should excite you. The person you're going to become should really like light a fire under your ass. It's okay to be scared.
Like, I just want to be happy.
Here's a thing that I learned in therapy. And after this, I guess we can wrap it up.
Yeah.
When I first went to therapy, this was 2016, 17, I want to say, a long time ago. One of the things I was struggling the most with was happiness, being happy. And I'll never forget, one day I was sitting there and I was like, Stephanie, I just want to be happy. And she goes, well, what's stopping you from being happy now? I was just like, well, damn. I don't know. Nothing, I guess. What's stopping you from being happy now? Happiness is also, I've learned, It's not a destination. It's not something you reach. Happiness is a fleeting emotion. It comes and goes. Happy, sad. They don't live
Happiness
within
is
you.
a butterfly. Try to catch it like every night.
What you want is joy. You want joy. Joy is eternal. Joy is within you. You want joy. Happiness is a fleeting emotion. You need to become a joyful person. But ask yourself, what's stopping me from...
And I really was such a joyful person before all the booze and the smoke. No.
You're not gonna feel your best when you're overweight. You're not gonna feel your best when you don't look your best. And it's the hard conversation you have to have with yourself. I believe in you. I know you can do it. But you can't chase happiness because you'll never catch it. It's like the carrot on the end of the string and the rabbit or the hamster on the wheel. You never get it. Happiness is not something you can chase. You have to become. Do I have my book over here? Peace is every step. And this book, it's such like a little bit of a corny book, but it's the path of mindfulness in everyday life. And it's an easy read. And it kind of explains about, being present and being joyful and how happiness is not something that you can obtain, and happiness is influenced by outside sources. But when you're mindful and you're present and you're in the moment, that's peace, that's joy, and that's what you want. But how do we get there? It starts within you. I love this book. Everyone should get this book. It's such an easy read. Peace is every step. The foreword's by the Dalai frickin' Lama, for crying out loud. If it's good enough for him, it's good enough for me. But it's really a great book. And it kind of just gives you the blueprint. And you're like, well, when you put it that way, I've learned a lot of mental health is about perspective and having your perspective changed and opening your mind. You have to have an open mind because the person you are now, it's not the person you want to be forever. But when you open your mind to new ways of thinking and you're willing to hear it and change and make the changes you need to, that's when growth happens. And you have to be willing to take it all in, hear other people's perspective. I'm always like, well, when you put it like that, okay, I'm always like down to hear your opinion. You tell me why you feel that way and I'm going to listen. I'm always trying to get better. Take a breath. Take a breath. We're doing the late shift. Billy's like, I feel like I'm working the graveyard shift because it's 6 p.m. We usually do this earlier in the day, but my silly bitch ass had to work today.
No,
I hate it. I'm really starting to hate my job. I don't hate my job. I hate working. I just want to do this. Can y'all help us blow up so I don't have to go to work anymore? Please.
Yes, please, guys. If you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe.
Oh no, I lost you. Can you hear me still?
Yeah.
Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. Okay. I think my thing that connects my earpods to my phone, my adapter, that died. So I can't hear you right now. You know what? I think we should just wrap it up.
You could just wrap it up.
Okay, we're going to wrap it up. Me and Billy are doing sign language. I can't hear him anymore. Thank you everyone for listening to this week's episode. Please be sure to rate our episode 5 stars or no stars. We're here to hold Billy accountable, so make sure you go in his DMs and bully him and tell him to get his shit together. But no, seriously, thank you all for being here, and we will see you next week.
Bye.
Peace, love, and light. Right, Billy?
Yes.
Peace, love, and light. Bye.
Slay bitches.